Hi there. Hello YouTube. How are you? I wanted to talk to you about a band called Jawbreaker. This is my first video review, and I suspect that it's going to be a disaster, so bear with me. Okay, I'm going to review Jawbreaker's first album called Unfun. Check that out. There's a really cute cat on the cover. You might also notice that it's signed by the singer Blake Schwarzenbach. There. I saw him the other night, which inspired me to do this review. I will talk about that briefly in a little bit, but first I'll talk about the album. And so as I said, there's Blake Schwarzenbach, who sang and played guitar, Chris Bauermeister on bass, and Adam Fowler on drums. Jawbreaker is from the early 90s East Bay scene, along with Green Day, Operation Ivy, and they're kind of known to stick out amongst their contemporaries for being perhaps more poetic. Fans of the early Bay Area scene, Discord Records type stuff, and stuff like that, we'll probably find things to like. There's kind of, the title, Unfun, is very fitting because a lot of these songs are kind of political and they're very, very kind of angry and finger pointing, and people don't like that, but I think it's great. Their sound I would describe as, at this point, it was kind of speedy, hardcore punk, but it was melodic and very dark at this point. There are kind of some harrowing, jammy parts, and they're a little grungy as well. There are songs on here dealing with anti-racism, sexual assault, and pornography, and I think they might have swapped out one of the songs for the 7-inch version of the song. And if you get the CD version of this, also remastered, it has some extra tracks tacked on there, I think from an EP. And the one song that really sticks out from the batch is the first song, called Want. And it just has a really cool bass line, and it's just a really great poppy love song. And you listen to it and you think, wow, this came out in 1990? It sounds like it came out in like 2003 or something. And that's because after Jawbreaker broke up in 1996, a lot of bands kind of took that sound and ran with it, and unfortunately became way more successful, but that's how it goes. So, yeah. Also, this is the 2010 remaster, reissue. And as you would expect, it sounds excellent. It's got a lot of punch to it. And I'm sure it's still in print, but since I bought it when it came out, I was able to get the clear vinyl there. It's pretty cool. If you're into that sort of thing. I've kind of lost my enthusiasm for colored vinyl. It's just Another thing to worry about. And I like to listen to my vinyl. So anyway, I will talk about getting to see Blake Schwarzenbach the other night. He came through town and it was a free show, a last-minute free show, which was great. It was a pleasure and a privilege because I feel like he doesn't tour frequently. You also might know his other bands, Jets to Brazil, and most recently Forgetters. Now, Forgetters just broke up, I believe. So it was just him with an array of effects pedals and a guitar. And he played Forgetters songs as well as 3 covers. Bruce Springsteen, Foreign Policy by the band Fear, and he closed with a Third Eye Blind cover. And I will leave that to the imagination. There are videos on YouTube, and if you're watching this, you know how to use YouTube. It's like the future, man. Get with it. But, yeah, it was a great show. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a super fan of all his work. I guess I do really enjoy it. I knew I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't expect to be so engaged for the entire set. But I was, and some people who attended this show left disappointed and were a bit confused with his political diatribes between songs and his sense of humor. I thought it was excellent. It was very punk rock. It's I find it refreshing. You certainly won't hear Green Day or Rancid saying anything like that these days. But yeah, so the show was great, and I got a few records signed, and he was very kind and glad to do it, and I would go see it again, and I would recommend that, now if you're familiar with his bands, if he comes through your town, you'll probably go see him, but if you aren't, I recommend that you do, and I highly recommend that you throw all the money that you have on you at him, because he deserves it. It's good orange juice. It's good orange juice. So yeah, as I suspected, this review was a little awkward, but I enjoyed it, and perhaps I'll do another one soon. It's been real, YouTube. Take it easy.